Hello and welcome to Camera Reviews. Archive by Magnum Photos. I think I've had this book probably 20 years and maybe a little bit longer. It's their old address, which they haven't been in since, oh gosh, it would be maybe 15 years or something. But that was, they're in G Street, but this was when they were just round the corner. And yeah, it's a really old, a little book outlining some of the archive, and I thought I'd share it with you. It's a nicely put together little booklet. It measures 6.5 by 8.5. If I put a blue piece of A4 down, you'll get the gist of how big it is. It's a little bit bigger than what you say zine is, but it's a nice size. It's got a lovely shine, well, sort of a lovely quality about and sheen about the shop. But anyway, I'm going to go through it. I think it's worth looking at. I think it's worth discussing. So we've got, it says here, following pages: James Natchery, Alex Werg, and Philip Jones Griffiths. So I guess it's a way of promoting our archive to clients. I would presume that it's pitching for work. I presume that it's just keeping up the market, their market profile. But I think when this book came out, we have to remember, this Philip Jones Griffiths book, that the internet wasn't really at the fore, that the whole source of marketing was getting out there to your clients, was making booklets like this, was making cards. It is to a point now, but I think then this would sort of be something which, if they had a function or an event or an exhibition, this would go there for as a marketing tool. I don't know how I got this. I presume that I picked it up somewhere at something. I remember I was around Magnum quite a lot in the 90s. This is What is Magnum? Henry Cartier-Bresson, George Roger. It's like a timeline, I think. Yeah, the 49s, 50, Werner Bishkov, Konstantin Manos. I love that picture. And Eugene Smith. Right, so there's like this sort of archive: Jean Gormy, Dennis Stogg, Gilles Perez, Bruce Davidson, Mark Ribot. That's a famous shot. I'll bring this down a little bit so we can appreciate it a little bit more. These might be in here, so beautiful. One of my favourite Ian Berry shots. I love it. A child with a nanny attend a national party meeting in Harrismith, Orange Free State, 1994. It's not that old as well. It's beautiful though. One of my favourite shots from his book. George Roger. I remember being around George Roger, sadly before he passed away, when he was working on his last book, which was incredible. And this is Larry Towell, the Kiss. Look at them scars. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. I think that's Gilles Perez. I may be wrong. Let's just go back. Larry Towell, yeah, Gilles Perez. Yes, and it's in Sarajevo. And Chris Steele Perkins and Ernst Haas. Wonderful. That Chris Steele Perkins shot, that's wonderful. Nice shot, Chris. I didn't associate that with Chris. It's wonderful. That's gorgeous. Look at that. Like a painting. So they're just going through, the photographers, some of the most famous shots from the 80s, 60s, 50s, and 38, Robert Capa. Wow. What is that? Street fighting in Budapest, Junior Uprising. That's that one. Okay, students. Steve McCurry, one of his most famous covers, which was on Time magazine, I think. National Geographic, sorry. Eugene Smith, Leonard Freed, look at that. Look at that point of view, that angle of view is amazing. Wow. It's not easy shooting with verticals, but to make that look like that, it won't be a crop either. I love it. Wow, how it all comes together. The thirds, the decisive moment. And look, you see that. Somebody's, let me show you, somebody's face there. Isn't that fantastic? What a shot. What a shot. Beautiful. Look at that. Is that Stuart Franklin? Great photographer, Stuart. Used to be do a lot for National Geographic one time. He may still do. Rennie Berry. Fernando Sciana. That's in 1986. And is that Abbas? See, it's interesting. When I think of buildings crumble, IOA explosion in Belfast, that's Abbas, but I've never associated Abbas with working in Northern Ireland. And it's very sad that Abbas passed away, actually. He was a truly great photographer out in the Middle East and covering issues out, sort of Muslim-based stories as such as what I associate with, but I'm probably really naive on that. Salgado Workers, Salas, Patrick Zachman, Kudelka, Barbie, Eve Arnold, Elliot Erwood, the beauty of Elliot Erwood again. They're very small. In fact, I like it. I see its point out. Looks like Peter Marlow. Very clean style, Peter. I remember when Peter shot that, I was so jealous. I didn't get to go to that shoot with him. I was so jealous. At the time, I'd love to have met him. So we've got Thomas Hopka, and we've got, is that Donovan Weil? We've got Abbas coming up. See, that's for me. That's an Abbas shot. I'm going to get closer to that. Let's fill the frame with that. Check that out. What a shot! Beautiful. They make, somebody like Abbas made it look so easy, but you have to be there to see that, to get that, to understand that, to think about the design, getting the exposure right. Just being there, getting on a plane and going doing it and shooting it. Incredible. I'm just going to lift that up a little bit. This looks like Jean Gourmet. Yeah, I love this book. He did an amazing series on fishermen. It was incredible. I mean, feel that. Feel the intimidation of that. Makes it look so easy. Wow, look at that. Who's that? Steve McCurry. Oh, and here, I've got two Peter Marlow pictures here. I was probably given them, they were probably seconds from the darkroom when I was working with them. I remember being on the shoot. This was something like Hobbies and Pastimes from the Sunday Times, and I remember this being a great shoot at the time, because he's got that he loved that greyness about this work. And I have one of his first book, actually, his first major book on Liverpool, and I'll show that at some point. It's in one of my boxes, and I'll dig it out. But his work is just a beautiful clearness to it. You can see it's just a bit lit, there's a bit of lighting there. But anyway, I'm a mega fan of Peter's. I was lucky to work with him for a number of years, and I've got all sorts of bits and bobs from Peter lying around. I'll just leave that there. I don't even know if these are worth anything, to be honest. If anybody's got any comments, please leave them. I think there's a little bit of difference in the light on them. Maybe you can't see it. But yeah, two Peter Marlow machine prints there. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Who's that? That is Harry Guyert. Excuse me if I've got the names wrong. Martin Parr. Oh, look at that. Isn't that amazing? God, I remember this shot. I'm sure this shot used to be there used to be a massive shot of this at Magnum London. I remember this was one of the first Kubota's shot. The Buddhist shrine 10 miles north of Kyaiktiyo in Burma. I'm sure when I first walked into Magnum, they used to have an enormous shot of that and framed, and I was so taken by it, how they painted the gold. And I don't even know if that's still there. I might research this. That is incredible. Incredible. Look at that. Where was he when he shot that? Wow. So anyway, I guess that's a timeline. What's that sort of categories? Religion, natural history, travel, current affairs. Magnum are still very much around, still very much doing stuff. They may have other ways of marketing, and these sort of books might be a thing of the past. I'm not really sure. I haven't been there or in there for a long time. 2 gorgeous prints from, I think, an editorial by the Sunday Times on people who collected, who had strange hobbies, something like that. Anyway, that's gone in there for safekeeping, and it'll be tucked away. Anyway, thank you very much. I'll put a link for Magnum Photos and for Peter Marlow again. Thank you.